Let's be real. Adulting today is harder than ever. Maybe sinabi sa'yo ng parents mo, alam mo, nung 29 ako, nabili na yung bahay. Nung 35 ako, nakalipad na ako to here. Nung ganito ko, ito na nagawa ko. And yung people older than us, ang dami na na-achieve. Pero tayo parang hirap na hirap, ang mahal ng mga bagay, ang hirap mahanap ng bahay, and everything is so expensive. And parang ang daming competition. Nung time nila, onti lang competition, but now, grabe yung competition sa generation natin. I want to remind you, you're not failing. You're just adulting in a broken world. And most importantly, you are not alone. Why is it harder today? Adulting is already tough, but we're doing it during economic stability, a pandemic aftermath, constant burnout, countries are going to war, yung inflation, ang gastos, and a lot of issues, not just in your personal life, but globally, even in the country, everywhere there's a problem. I personally, my generation, I grew up in when I was growing up somewhere in the 90s. We were in the middle. I was ano ba? I was going through the Asian financial crisis. I saw my family struggle with that financially. And then when I started working, 2008 financial crisis again in the US, yung housing crisis. And then when I was in my early 30s, I went through the COVID pandemic, failed the business, and led people, and there were many deaths. So ang daming struggle. So my generation, at least me, it was crisis after crisis of after crisis. And it's really hard. And like for example, um, people didn't know what to do, and you figure it all out. Like my mom and I were talking during their time, everything was good. Of course, there was martial law, pero in her career, parang ang swabe. Swabe in a sense, walang big turmoil na affect sa country she lived in, Philippines. And then she got promoted. She got her success, even my dad. So the only time we saw a family struggle financially, na outside of our condition or outside of our control was the Asian financial crisis. But now everything is too unstable and too loud. And people nowadays, the young kids are experiencing a lot of financial trouble because of many crises. So for example, right after the pandemic, nagkaroon ng war sa Ukraine, and then Israel and Gaza. So ang daming gulo. Ang daming instability that's, causing the economy, tumataas yung prices, hirap mag-travel, daming gastos. Dun pa lang sa part na yon. Ang daming gastos. Yun pa lang sa part na yon. So growing up, again, my parents were both busy. They were both working, and I had to figure out things on my own. I'm sure they wanted to help, but they were busy with their own things. They were busy with their goals, their responsibilities. That I only had them during the weekends. Ganun yung buhay ko. Ganun din ba sa inyo? So, so as I was figuring out things on my own, I made a lot of wrong decisions. I found the wrong friends, or they're not bad people, but we're all the same. We were, mga blind leading the blind. Mga bulag din kami, magulo buhay. So, we struggled and made a lot of wrong decisions, and it hurt. Um, and the thing is, when you make a wrong decision, for example, you try something bad, you got addicted to something, or you spend your money on the wrong things, even after years na nag-stop ka na gawin itong bagay na to, you're still going through it. What do I mean? Na parang you're still paying the price. For example, in my early 20s, nagsira buhay ako, and going out, inom ng inom, party, puyat, walang tulog, and now, and even until when I started becoming healthy, late 20s, early 30s, I was still paying for it. Ang hirap maging fit again, ang hirap maging healthy. So, dun ako nag-struggle. Um, with that, I also failed a lot of businesses. I tried different things, but eventually succeeded with my, life coaching and corporate training companies. So that's the thing that makes money for me. But then the pandemic hit, and before the pandemic, like 2019, I started a logistics business with my family, my brother. Um, it was 2019, 2023, we got into debt. Nagkautang kami because yun nga yung pandemic, walang clients, tapos late magbayad yung clients, and the fuel cost tumaas ng sobra, so we didn't know how to pay. And the operations became more expensive operating than what was coming into the family business. So, in my mid-30s, I had to restart again. So, I'm just saying na, grabe, no? Parang nag-restart na naman ako in my mid-30s. And sobrang struggle siya. Nahirapan ako makabalik sa corporate training ko and life coaching. Why? Because I was putting a lot, like 80% effort to 90% effort on my logistics, and it wasn't making money because I was problem solving for that while doing ministry. By the way, I was doing ministry all the time. Um, the struggle was, or is now, meron na akong anak and asawa. So, ang hirap nung ganong commitment, di ba? And I'm sharing this, parang ako nagbabagsak sa inyo ng mga problema, and I'm just sharing to you, ito yung mga pinagdaanan ko recently. And as I'm sharing it with you, grabe, parang, dami pala. And I still remember the pain, and it's still fresh. So, ang hirap, kasi, so as I'm rebuilding my brand, my business, there are people younger than me who are charging mas mura na siya. Tapos, merong older than me na mas successful, kahit mas mahal, pero because mas may proven track record sila, people get them. So now I'm stuck and I'm still rebuilding. So, yun talaga eh. I just have to pay the price of my choice. And you know what? Sometimes it feels like adulting isn't just for yourself, but also for your kids, your partners, your parent, your spouse, your everyone you are around. It's a lot. Because as you grow up, you're also learning at the same time. In life, it's not like school na mag-aaral tayo at mag-exam. No, in life, we take the life exam first and get the learnings after. May pagdadaanan ka muna, and then yung learnings come after what you go through. So with that, what is keeping me grounded? What keeps me grounded right now? Three things: my prayer life, my marriage and family, and my fitness discipline. I work out every morning, except Sundays. It might seem small, but if I win in the first thing in the morning, which is fitness, the next win becomes easier. It gives me rhythm, it gives me strength, it reminds me I'm not powerless. By the way, I pray. The moment I wake up, I pray. But what I do, instead of just do a whole hour of prayer, I because I have growing kids, busy schedule, so I pray in different times of the day. So parang I break it down to like 10 to 15 minutes of prayer within the day, 3 to 5 times. So ganun yung nangyayari sa akin. And it helps me. It gives me rhythm, gives me strength. It reminds me I'm not powerless, but I am empowered by God. God lives in me. I am His. I am made in His image and likeness. And I am loved, and I belong to Jesus. But there is something else that is harming a lot of millennials and Gen Zs right now. And what is it? It's not COVID-19 anymore. It's a new pandemic. It's called distraction. I believe distraction is the new pandemic that is silently hurting us. We're constantly comparing ourselves with other people, scrolling, doom scrolling, overthinking, over hustling, trying to be everything for everyone. We're so anxious about what other people think, what's happening in our life, and how we come across other people, and how we just have to compete. We're always competing with everyone else. And that noise keeps us from hearing God. So what do? We're so busy, we're so tired, and then at night we just scroll and we just do something else to keep us distracted instead of facing the trouble, the pain, whatever we're going through. We just rather be distracted than face the pain that is in our lives. Ouch. Truth is this: God has been calling you every single moment, every single day. He's not far away, tayo ang lumayo. we are the ones running away from Him by distracting ourselves from the source of all truth, all good, and all beauty. Real talk, hindi ka lang nakikinig. Pero okay lang yan. Because God is never tired or doesn't get tired of running after you. Why? Ganun kanya kamahal. Uy, love siya ni Lord. So, God loves you. You're not failing. You're just distracted. St. Augustine said, to know yourself, know God. The more you know God, the more you know yourself. And the more you know yourself, you'll fall in love with God. Why? Because you're created in God's image and likeness. When you seek God first, you begin to understand yourself more deeply. And when you know yourself, you know God more. It's a beautiful cycle. It brings you back to your true identity. As you grow in this, you begin to embrace your gifts, your pace, and your path. Let me talk to you about Luke chapter 24, about the road to Emmaus. In Luke 24, two men were walking to Emmaus, confused, disappointed, unsure. So in the gospel, when when you read it, sabi, galing silang Jerusalem and they're going to Emmaus. So what this means is this is a biblical symbolism na, uy, these guys are leaving church. Malamang they lost hope, natalo yung kanilang champion, natalo si God, so they were leaving church. And maybe you're like that person. But have you been trying to leave church or you left church already for whatever reason? What did Jesus do? Jesus walked with them. Jesus listened to them, and Jesus revealed himself to them slowly, slowly but surely. He didn't judge their confusion. He stayed with them until the right time where he revealed himself. And with that, I'm telling you, Jesus is staying with you too. In your confusion, in your trouble, in your insecurity, in your pain, Jesus is with you. So, in adulting for Catholics, I'm telling you right now, whether you're adults, I don't know, you're not behind, you're not broken. You're still walking, and Jesus is walking with you. So say it with me. Comment down below. I'm still walking. Share this with someone who feels overwhelmed by life. Let's walk together as we learn to adult for Christ. This is Adulting for Catholics. My name is J. Hernandez, and thank you for watching and listening to the J. Hernandez podcast. See you for the next episode. God bless you, and the best is yet.